Hello everyone, welcome back to Cade City. My name is Jorvik, and this is Building Cade City, episode number 10. As you can see, I am in a new location. I mean, obviously the location is not new, but we are standing in the framework of the city's first convention center. And I will talk about this building after the recap, so let's just go ahead and do the recap, shall we? Starting with, in the last episode we worked on this building, and as you can see, I started to fill out and decorate the area with more trees and foliage, and the building is coming along nicely. I also finished some outside work on these city buildings, adding water towers and HVAC systems on top, just to add that little bit of detail. In the historical downtown area, I started filling out these empty spaces with these town buildings, because they do really tie in a lot and give a lot of history to the city. These are double-sided buildings and they will be purposeful, adding restaurants and shops to the surrounding area. On the outer west side of the city, I start to develop an old neighborhood, which would have been the first suburban neighborhood built in the city. As you can see, these are Victorian design, giving a more industrial look like a late 1800s, although these buildings were most likely built in the 1930s. I designed these with a vintage mine-in look, and it gives 3 floors of living space, including a basement, a yard, and an attic. Expect these buildings to be in a new Let's Build series, which will be coming very soon. And finally, we arrive at the convention building. The way I designed and approached this building was to give it that modern look, but also added that brickwork that you see in the walls there, making it seem like this building was always here, but updated when transitioned into a convention hall. This building also, as you can see, holds some hotel rooms that would be used for the convention artists. With plenty of space on the inside for any level convention, this will be a great addition to the city and just adds a little bit of realism to the overall feel of Cade City. Which brings us to today. This being episode 10 marks it as sort of a landmark episode. So for the next 10 episodes, we are going to be in the western part of the city and developing the area around us, including the neighborhood out there and the surrounding municipal area, as well as the national park. But today we're going to be working on something that should have already been in the city, and honestly that's on me, but that is the courthouse. This is what I have so far. I wanted to go ahead and lay down the foundation of what I wanted this courthouse to be in this area that I sort of designated it. That way I can get an accurate sense of how big this building is going to be, into what other decorations I can add here. Like obviously I can add a garden to the sides to really add greenery to the city. For right now, we're going to be focusing on the main building. So you can see here, there is pretty much a lot done already. I have almost the entire foundation, and I went with the stone brick as well as the, well no, I think that's just smooth stone, but I went with the smooth stone with the sandstone look. And the reason why I went with this look is because I wanted it to be similar to the old courthouse. So as I thought about the history of this city, I imagine this town was founded in the early 1900s, and then with the courthouse being one of the first few like major buildings built here, other than the original founder's house over there. So I imagine this was probably built like in the 1920s, 1930s, right? And I imagine that as the city grew, eventually they would have had to have built this courthouse probably somewhere in the 1970s or the 1980s. So the design for this is I wanted these kind of tri-stairs going up here to a raised platform like you would kind of see in some buildings like this. Now that courthouse is actually modeled off the courthouse that is in my hometown. And this is kind of modeled off of something you would probably see in a movie, but I'm kind of giving it more of like a Washington DC vibe, where it kind of has a mix of those Greek columns, the triangular roof, and more of a kind of boxed in imperialistic look. So that's the vibe that we're going for. So this is going to be the entrance, and I'm going to replace the sandstone with andesite. I kind of want to keep this all uniform before we get into the building. And as you can see, I already have like the doorways blocked out here, because again, you have to imagine that these courthouses are pretty grand, and I want to imagine that maybe there's a courtroom here, like a big courtroom here, a big courtroom over there, and then in the middle here is kind of is like the lobby, and then like up here in the front is some like offices, and then obviously more offices like on the second and third floor. So, but for this video, I want to focus on the front face here, because once we get the design here, it's just going to wrap around, and that's going to be boring. I don't think you guys want to watch that. So we're going to go ahead and work on here. So let's get started. Enough talking. Okay, so I wanted to recess this. So this is like part of the wall here. So this is, I know, is going to come all the way down here, and it's going to line up with this. I don't mind this pillar being here. I mean, we might take it down. How does that look? We'll leave it down for now and see how it goes. So I want these walls to be sort of high. Okay, so say that's 3, 4, 5. Let's bring this over. And with these buildings, I always sort of do the 5 to 6 range. Like I know with those buildings, it's 5. Those buildings over there, it's 6 on the bottom floor. I think it just depends on the overall look, really. So I divided this up. As you can see, these are all on like 3s. That way we can get some nice symmetrical windows going here. Obviously, with a government building, you want it to be, you know, pretty symmetrical. I think if I lived in a town and the government building didn't have symmetry, I think I'd lose my mind. But that's just me. So let's figure out how we want to design these windows. I do want to have some sandstone. What does this look like if we add these types? Because there's enough like walkway here where we can add these like extra details here without it interfering with like a walkway. I wonder if we keep that same, like if we get some dark oak, right, and sort of keep that same design element like in the original courthouse, we can figure something out. I wonder how would these trapdoors look. So if we put that there, kind of adds that column. I do sort of like that. I'm not going to lie, but if we do it on every one, and I imagine this would be slabs, probably slab here. Oops, I want these to be equal. I want these to face the same way. And so now for the window, I think we should go with, I don't ever use it, but it's the tinted glass. I think this is just a tad darker, maybe, than the black stained glass. I mean, I really don't know what the difference is. But how do we like that? I feel like there should be more design in the windows. So let's pull out our stairs again. Actually, let's do upside down stairs. I think that'll be okay. So let's grab the tinted glass again and just do that. Cool. So let's finish out the rest of these windows and see what it looks like. Okay, so that's what it's sort of looking like right now. Of course, I don't think I'll have windows on this inside bit. I kind of want to reserve that to be more just the doors. But I think that looks good. So let's see how we want to continue this up. I'm thinking we can just either bring this up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep it like that, and then just sort of do the exact same thing here. Let's see how this would look, and then we'll do stairs there, do the slabs there, do the slabs there. That's actually one more higher than I want it to be. So let's pull that down. So how does that second layer look? It is going to be like a tad shorter. So it's not going to be as long, but I think that could work. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. It just adds some extra structure here. So like, you know, if you're walking down here, you can see the masonry work there, which I appreciate. how high do we want this to be? I feel like the basement would be used, right, for like storage and for, you know, just city records and maybe other offices, maybe a mail room, you know. This could be more of the courts, because I don't think I would have windows in the back. I think this windows would mostly be in the front and the upper floors. So let's see what this, because like I also don't want it to be higher than this. Maybe for this, maybe 2 floors isn't terrible. Let's see, hold on, let's see when we have the middle here. Let's just see what it looks like. So let's just frame this out. So that's the frame of that, because then we'll have essentially these would come all the way, oops, all the way across. Okay, so I just did one side, so that would come in, and then this would just be, I guess, just dark, right? I wonder if I add another pillar here, how would this look? I don't know. I do want this to be more sloped, and now that like I have it built up, yeah, I'm gonna have to change this roof here. So I'm not going to worry about it right now, but we'll just go ahead and get rid of these. Okay, so for the walls here, we'll worry about that in a second. I wanted to see how this will look. So for the walls here, I don't like having like the single corners on all of these builds. We'll also do that one. And then we can add just a design here. And then this could be, I do want to incorporate the dark oak again. It goes really well with the dark oak, or with the sandstone. Ooh, yes, I like that. Let's also fill in this floor real quick. Okay, there we go. That way we can walk around here. Yeah, I do like that. I do like that in this texture pack, that dark oak wood really pulls with the sandstone. And I think because that's there, maybe we can get away with that design here as well, just on the edges. So if we'll take those out. We'll take those out as well. That here, put that there. And then we'll basically just continue this right here. Ooh, I like that. And we'll do the same thing up here. So these would stay windows. So it's just these corner bits here will have the dark oak instead of the glass. Yeah, okay. I like that. I do like that. I like that a lot. And then that just kind of just adds, you know, more depth to the building. So let's work on the doorway here. I imagine these doorways will be pretty grand. So we'll just do that, cover that up. We'll just do a simple chisel design there. Okay, so those are the doorways put in. So what do we want to do for the top? I imagine this whole inner bit we want to do with the dark oak design. So let me do this side as well. So we had that. I already don't remember. There we go. Okay, so we'll put that there. Put this up there. So that'll give a nice look when we get to it. And then for this, we'll break it up. We'll do that one. And then there'll be one right here in the middle. And then there'll be one right here. So let's see. Would that work? Yes, that will work. Okay, so I went ahead and finished the inside here. And again, this is going to be covered with the roof, so I'm not too worried about it. But how I kind of want to do the roof now is I want to just kind of do this kind of stair. I don't know if I want to do two, like kind of like that, and then just like all the way across. So let's see how that would work. Because I do want the roof to also be pretty grand. Don't know, is 2 enough? That's the question. I just want to make sure they're equal. I mean, this is all symmetrical, so it will end with the 2 up front, but I don't get confused in making sure that I have the same. Okay, so that's essentially like what the new roof is going to be, right? So if we'll pull this out. Well, really, what do we want the roof to be made out of? I did want the stairs or the slabs, but let's sort of, actually I'll keep that out because I might adjust the pillars. I don't need, so if we like did this, pull that out, all the way, and the pillar would connect there. And then, oh, actually, this would probably be a stair. So it'd be probably stair, slab, stair, slab, and just kind of alternate this. And the top would be slab, slab. Okay. That could work. So let's do one side to see how it looks. Okay, so that is one half done. So now we could like bring these pillars up. But I wonder, should I bring out the sandstone as well? Because I do want, just like how you do stairs, because like I would want there to be like this kind of definition here, right? Because like you want these to have definition, and actually I would want this to come out one more. There's everything there, and then for this one I can just put it upside down stair there. No, I just did like the same thing 3 times. Oh my god, what am I doing? Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to play around with this. I definitely have to play around with this. But if we have this added detail here and then here, how would this affect the pillars? I mean, obviously it probably won't really. Yeah, so I wonder if we do this same thing that we did there, but do it out here. I wonder if that's what I'm missing. I think that's what I need to do. So let me, dang. Okay, let me take care of this, and then I'll do that. Okay, I think I got it figured out. I looked at some reference pictures because I was really struggling here. I don't know why. So I built the second wall up front, and that's just gonna help with the stair situation and also give me that kind of overhang that I want. And also I'm moving these pillars back. I don't know why I had them so far forward. I think that's why I was struggling. So those pillars are gonna move back, and then I added an extra kind of support there. So let's now figure out, so that'll connect to that, and then likewise with that. But what we can do on the front here is, and it's something that I'll probably play with, but because we're using these kind of Greek columns here, adding like that kind of facade that you would see on the like Acropolis or the Pantheon, like kind of like those Greek, like I'm not explaining, like just like those little statues, carvings, I guess you would see on front of a building. I don't even know how I would do that, but I'm sure I could figure it out. It would be with courts, so there'd be like a court outline maybe, but I will worry about that later. So let's now do the roof here and see what we can do. So let me pull this all the way over again. And like I said, now that we have a block to work off of, we can actually have some overhang here, so we can like do that. Maybe that. Well, this will feed into the rest of the building, so actually I shouldn't even worry about these edges, because with the rest of the ceiling it would feed into it. So okay, so this is what I came up with. As you can see, the roof is done. It looks way better than what I was trying to do. I did go ahead and add some of this extra stone work, well, I guess stair work, into the facade up here just to get it more detail. I think I will build like a ceiling here and probably put maybe glowstone, or just put maybe some more dark oak behind there just to kind of break up this wall a little bit. But I think that'll work for now. And I think from a distance, like if we pull this up so I can't see it. Okay, so like from a distance, I don't think it looks bad at all. It's definitely needs some work. You know, obviously when we finish up the front face here, maybe we could still take it up one more. But I don't know if I want to take it up one more and have it be like a 3-story building. I think it staying at a 2-story building, having the windows in the front, no windows in the back, because that's where the courtrooms are going to be. I think that will work very nicely. But alright guys, I think that'll do it for this episode. We didn't get everything that I wanted to get done today, but we did get enough done to where I can actually finish up this building, and the next episode you guys will be able to see it finished. So that being said, my name is Jorvik. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have any other ideas you want me to add to the city, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you for visiting Cade City. I'll see you next time.